private information can also be very vulnerable to thieves. Well, tonight, the troubleshooters talked to a post office insider about how common and easy it is to steal your mail. NBC Connecticut's Monica Buchanan has our investigation.
Michael Kataja says he is a victim of mail theft.
This has really become a major annoyance, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore.
Kataja lives in Bristol and says the mail isn't the only thing that was stolen. Kataja says his identity was stolen 3 different times, and each time a valuable piece of mail was never inside his locked mailbox.
A new card was delivered, I never got it, and it was used locally to buy some equipment, some whatever they bought, I don't know.
Recently, $4,800 was racked up in Kataja's name. The money charged to a Sears credit card he never received in the mail.
If somebody is grabbing my credit information or credit cards through the mail and using them at local stores or lines of credit in my name.
Kataja says there's only 2 keys to this mailbox that he knows of. He's got one, the postman the other.
If my mail is getting stolen before I get it from a locked mailbox, the post office could be the source.
The problem of stolen mail is bigger than you might realize. Numbers from the U.S. Postal Service's Office of the Inspector General show cases of internal mail theft appear to be on the rise again. In 2010, 1,443 cases were reported, 15 in Connecticut. In 2011, that number dropped to 1,288 cases, 15 again in Connecticut. But as of August 1st of this year, USPS says 1,251 cases have been reported, 10 of them in Connecticut. USPS says all numbers are based on a fiscal year that ends September 30th. Have you ever seen mail theft in your time with the Postal Service?
Yes, a couple times. Well, more than a couple times.
Bernie Berube is retired, but spent 25 years with the Postal Service as a supervisor of distribution in Hartford. He says anyone can spot which envelopes and packages have credit cards or valuables inside.
You don't have to look at the address or where it's going, you just look at the return address.
And Berube says mail theft is easy to get away with.
You pull one out and you can, have your nail just right, your thumbnail. You run it right down to the edge of the envelope and it splits it open. Pull out the card and within a matter of seconds it's all done.
According to the numbers, though, postal worker arrests are rare. The agency reported only 383 arrests out of more than 580,000 employees in 2011. In a statement emailed to the NBC Connecticut troubleshooters, the USPS says, quote, the vast majority of postal personnel are dedicated, hardworking public servants whose daily efforts instill trust in America's postal system. But Kataja says he's not convinced and filed a police report. He says officers are now checking store surveillance video from the day charges were racked up on his stolen credit card.
There's more of a push to investigate this time, which is great to see.
Meanwhile, the Better Business Bureau has several ways to safeguard your valuables and credit information in the mail.
One of the first is to opt out of pre-screened credit offers, and you can do that by going to optoutprescreen.com.
The BBB says you should always get a proof of receipt for valuables or insurance. Consider delivery confirmation. Disguise your valuables. Try and stay away from brightly colored envelopes like these. It makes your valuables easy to spot. When mailing checks or credit card payments, consider a USPS mailbox rather than your own personal mailbox. And finally, if you think you're a victim, contact the postal inspector immediately. For the NBC Connecticut troubleshooters, I'm Monica Buchanan.
Now, Kataja says he did report the mail thefts he saw to the postal inspector for his town. If you have a story for the troubleshooters, call 1-800-523-9848 or email news@nbcconnecticut.com. Michael J. Fox is returning.